Just Being Me podcast. Your girls, Margot and Mary. Hey y'all, how y'all doing today, tonight, whatever it is, wherever you're listening to, what time of day it is. The thought of the day is you will be exactly as happy as you decide to be. Let me say that again. You will be exactly as happy as you decide to be. Yes. I do like that. You decide on how happy you will be. Can't nobody decide that for you. Can't nobody take that from you. If you decide you're going to be happy, God damn it, sorry, God. He could be happy. You can be happy. So, with that said, hey y'all, and welcome back to Just Being Me podcast with your host, comedian Margot Evans. Miss Mary Mac is still on vacay right now. Hi, Mary. She'll be back next week. We miss you. So I am on my solo dolo tip tonight. So here I am. My weekend review. Let me just throw on the music. What you do this weekend? Okay, so I'm huffing and I'm puffing and not really here right now for any of this because I had really sad news brought to my window, to my life this weekend, but I'll get into that in a minute. My weekend before I got that news was going okay. My sister and I went to the venue that we're having our engagement party this Saturday. We went to the venue this past weekend just to check it out and make sure that, the space is what we remembered it to be. And it was cool. My sister is my wedding planner. She's extraordinaire. She's actually going to be my rave for later on. But she's awesome. She's looked to see how many tables she needed and what she can put on there and whatever she was doing. I was just sitting back, letting her do her thing. And so that is going to be going down this weekend. I'm so excited. We are so excited to be celebrating our engagement to each other. We've been together for 6 whole years. And we'll be celebrating with our friends and our family this weekend. A lot of people ask, well, what took so long for you guys to get married? Well, let me tell you. I have been married twice. I say the second one don't count because he was an asshole. And did some things to me that no man has ever done to me. So I say that didn't count. That situation never really happened in my mind. I erased it. But I was married for 16 years. I got married at 23. And I was married for 16 years. And then he passed away. He had an aneurysm. And I did what do they call, like a rebound? It's a rebound. Yeah. And found not the second fool, because the first one, he was a fool, but I loved him. And, but the second one was definitely a rebound and a fool. And married him for like a year and a half, and then that shit was over. So what I learned from those two relationships is that I was never going to ask, or I told myself I was never going to ask a man to marry me. I wouldn't. Both times I was like, "Oh, we should get married." It was my words. We should get married. It didn't come from the man. So I was like, well, that didn't work neither times. So I said, well, the next man that I'm with, I'm not going to bring up marriage. Like, you know what? We should get married. So I did not bring that up. I did know that, and the only thing that I told him, this is the only thing that I told him, that I want my wedding day to be on 11/11. Now, I told him that like last year, maybe a year before. That if I was to get married, I want my wedding to be on 11/11/22. Those are my numbers. That is my date. So no matter what, I'm getting married that day. If I was going to be marrying myself, I was going to get married that day. So last year, at the end of the year, we were watching the Bright Love Judy. I think I told y'all this before. We was watching Bright Love Judy, and they had a significant date, which was 2/22/22. And so Judy was trying to get the brat to say yes, okay, yeah, that's going to be our date. Because she knew that was a significant date. So, I mean, you have to really like lock down your venue and all this other stuff, because everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people get married on significant dates, like 11/11/22, 2/22/22, for this year. So when we were watching that made him think like, oh, she said she want to get married on 11/11/22. That's next year. So let me propose. And so he did. And I said, yes, of course. So that's how that went down. So we are getting married on 11/11/22. And this is going to be my forever guy. That's how I'll go into it. We've been together for 6 years. We've been fine. He's been awesome. He's been amazing, actually. To me, he's been everything that I have ever wanted or asked for in a man. And God brought him to me. I was having a real good time just doing me, and God brought this man to me. So I feel that this will be my forever man, and we'll ride out to the sunset, into the sunset together with our old gray hair. Well, he don't have no hair. He's bald. Well, my gray dreads and his bald head, we'll just ride out to the sunset. I mean, 'cause you get to the age, we both 50. Well, he's an older man. He's older than me. He's 50. I'll be 50 in September. But, we 50. Like, I just feel like at 50, you should be like, okay, we gonna do this and we gonna do this. Like, I'm not about to go and try to be messing around with nobody, and I expect for him not to be going around messing with nobody at 50. I mean, come on. It's just like, this is my forever person, and let's do this. Because when you start bringing others into your relationship, that's when it goes bad. So at 50, I would hope that, we done shook all of the infidelity bugs and, wanting to see what this person is about, and, all that juvenile dumb shit. I know I have, because I'm cool. I'm straight until I'm not straight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. I'm really good. I got a really good man, and I know that he loves me, and I love him. And I just want to rock out for another 50 years and, do our thing. So that is going down this weekend. It's going to be a nice situation. Like I said, my sister is coordinating it, and it's a whole shindig, a whole deal. So we did that this weekend, and then preparing for my guy's cousin to come into town. She'll be here tomorrow, so she'll be here for 4 days with us, coming from Louisiana. So we're going to be taking her around to different places so that she can, see the rest of the family and, go. I don't think she's been to, I think she's been to LA before, but like passing through and not really. So my guy wants to show her a good time. So We'll be doing that, which will be cool. So to my bad news, I found out on Sunday morning, my sister called and told me that my brother had committed suicide. And that was like heart-wrenching. It is not my biological brother. This is my brother that I grew up with on the block. My parents moved over in the house they're in right now in like 1976. My sister wasn't born yet, and my neighbors were there, and my brother was born, so he was there. He was probably like 2 when I moved in there. I was 4, so he was probably about 2. So I've known him since he was 2 years old, and we, as a family, have created a bond. My sister, which I call my sister, which is his sister, is my god sister, and then her daughter is my mom. My mom is the godmother. So we're family, and we played on the block all day, every day. Back in the day when kids used to play on the streets and play baseball and kickball and hide and seek and hide go get it and and all of those games and freeze tag, just everything. Our block when we were younger was amazing. We had a really great time playing. I think we were the last generation on our block to like really play outside. Like I go onto the block now and I'm like, where the kids? Don't no kids live on this block no more. Like there's nobody riding up and down the street on their bikes or skateboards. It's like dead. It's just houses with cars in the driveway. It's no kids running up and down the block. And we were in the streets from when the sun up till the sun went down. Cars blowing the horn to get us off the street because we were playing in the streets. Walk to the store, wherever we wanted to go to the Hawthorne Mall, like just all over. And kids don't have that right now. Kids don't have that experience, but that was my brother. And to hear that he committed suicide, or to hear that news was like, it's devastating. It's so devastating because I just seen him at my niece's sweet 16, and he was cool. Like we were having conversation. Half of the conversation I didn't hear because we were standing right by the speaker with the DJ. That's one of my pet. Okay, let me just do a sidebar. DJs, okay, can y'all not play the music so loud when it's like not people dancing? Like, so if the people are not dancing, which is fine because sometimes like at the Sweet 16, people are there to, mingle and talk and whatever. It wasn't nobody really like a dance floor and dancing. So why is the music so loud? Like, can't even have a conversation. You are yelling at the top of your lungs just to have a conversation. So as me and my brother are standing there having a conversation, and I couldn't understand half the shit that he was saying. I kind of have to lean in to hear, get a gist of the conversation. And I'll be like, okay. I kind of got, trying to read his lips and all that. And I'm not a good lip reader anyway. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Then I'll get lost and I'll lean in and I'm like, okay, I'll see what he's talking about. But that was the last time that I seen him. And I hadn't seen him in a while anyway because, I don't go on the block that often. And when I do, I rarely see, because he don't live over there no more. You know what I'm saying? He got his family, and I have my family. We grown up, So when if it's a holiday, he comes back to his house where his family is. I go back to my house, my family, and we see each other, and whatever. So all that to say that he committed suicide on Sunday, and a lot of people are asking why, why even me? I asked why, like why? Like I didn't see that. I didn't know that anything was wrong. Not that I would, because like I said, I don't, talk to him on a regular basis. But when I see him, a month ago? Let's see, when she have her party? In February. Yeah, about a month ago. Good spirits. We was talking about, people on the block, how good they doing. They doing fine. I heard he just bought a house, this, that, whatever. So I'm like, oh, wow. But I say all of that to say that you never know what's going on behind the eyeballs of your loved ones. And for those individuals that are having problems, 9 times out of 10, they're not talking about it. You know what I'm saying? They are not expressing that, especially a black male. When they're going through things, they just don't express. They don't express what's going on behind their eyes. They don't express what's going on in their head. A lot of things had to be happening in his head for him to commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? A lot. We got to do better. We got to do better in the black community. I mean, and we say that, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just really hard to wrap your mind around. He was 46. I think he just turned 46 in December. So he was young. He was a young guy, with a bright future in front of him. And some things caused him to want to take his life. And he did. And suicide is such a selfish way to go. Unfortunately, it is. It is a very selfish way to go, because mentally they can't think about nothing else. They're not thinking about, oh, my family is going to be blah, blah, or my friends are going to be, or my kids are going to... That is not the state of mind that they are in. They are so consumed. Their minds are so consumed with whatever the issues are that just got to the point where it's like it's too much. It's overtaken their brain, their thought process. Everything is just not making sense to them, and then they decide to take their life. And I mean, we will never know what those thoughts are or were. You know what I'm saying? We don't know, because you can't bring a person back and be like, so what was you thinking before you decided to commit suicide? We don't talk to those folks anymore. So we will never know the why. All we can do is remember the person and remember what we loved about that person. My heart really breaks for his father. He's his only son. His father is about, I don't know. I remember going to his 80th birthday. I believe it was his 80th. At least 5 years ago. So he may be 85, 86. And I've been knowing him, just as long as I've been knowing my brother, and he's seen us grow up. So I know my heart breaks for him. His only son, and he was the baby, and he found him. So that's just it's just so hard. And my heart also breaks for his sisters. He has sisters, he has nieces, and he has nephews. It just breaks for the whole family. It just really does, because there was their person, there was their person, and they had no idea that this stuff was fogging his brain to the point where he decided to commit suicide. So my prayers and condolences go out to them, wholeheartedly, because this is why I say that it's selfish, because this is something that I mean, if somebody is sick and you kind of can prepare, I don't think anything prepares us for death of a loved one anyway. But even if you know that someone is dying, like Tracy Braxton, we talked about last week, that passed away. She's been sick, but that, them knowing that she was going to die doesn't make it any easier, So, with that said, it's just like, it's just something that we live and we die. And we need to live our lives to the fullest. We need to live our lives to the fullest, says Millie, my god sister, who passed away in 2018. She said, live your life. Live your motherfucking life. You have to. You have to live your life. And if there are things that are bothering you and you don't want to burden anybody, because that's one thing too. A lot of people don't want to talk to their friends or their family about things that's happening in their life because they may feel judged, or they'll be like, oh, that ain't nothing. You could get through that, and But there are so many therapists out here, psychologists, psychiatrists that you can talk to free. If you have a job, they have EAP, employee assistance program, that have really great counselors who will talk to you in confidence. They're not going to go back and tell your job, oh, you came and talked about mental health, or whatever. We just have to utilize the resources that we have. If you don't want to talk to anybody that that's another reason why a lot of people hold things in, especially black men. They don't even believe in going into the dang doctor. Like, come on. You gotta go to the doctor. You gotta take care of yourself. Women, we were like, oh, I feel this. I'm about to go to the doctor with no hesitation. Or, I'm feeling a little, I'm not saying that women don't commit suicide. I'm just saying that, if we have a little bit of inkling of something that's going on with us, then we are seeking the help, for the most part. So if you feeling any kind of way, you need to find some resources, find somebody that you can confide in, just try. We think of, there's nothing in the world that I would commit suicide on. I would commit suicide. Nothing that I can think of. But when you're mentally ill, or if I'm not saying mentally ill, but when there is mental issues, there's something that's been like beating in your head, you never know what you would do. So, R.I.P. to my brother. I love you. No matter what. He had his wife, he had his kids. Condolences to them as well, because I was their everyday person. Their everyday person. I'm gonna leave it on this. It really hits differently when you lose your everyday person, somebody that you see every day. Like when my grandma passed away, I was sad because she was older. All of my older, even my auntie, when she passed away, well, I can't say that because I was really sad when my auntie Melba passed away, but because she was kind of like an everyday person. We would go over there and be and have like summer, in the summertime, we would go, when we were younger, we'd go over there every day, and she watched us. But anyway, when you lose your everyday person, somebody that you see every day, you coming, you going, you calling, you talking to, that shit hits real hard, because that is a void. That is a super big void. Now, I would be crushed if my mom, dad, sister, niece, nephew, any of them passed away. I would be so crushed. But I don't see them every day. I don't have to see them. They're not walking in the door with a key every day. We're not having everyday conversation where I see this person every day and then I just don't see them no more because they're gone. It just hit differently. So I say that to say that, my condolences also go out to his wife and their kids, because he's not coming home anymore. no matter what, he's not coming home. So, condolences to everybody. Shit. I'm sorry. So I took, you know what, my mind has been like really gone for these past couple of days. So, and I tried to look up some little shit to talk about in the news and in the shade room, in my favorite place to look, and all of that shit didn't even really matter. Like, none of it mattered to me. I was like, okay, you know what? This is about. I don't really care. But what I do want to talk about is that the mask has been, the mask mandate or whatever they call it has been lifted. And, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. It's optional. Which I do appreciate. And now I think that they should have done that a long time ago with saying that it was optional. Because, people were all in the uproar. Like, I don't want to wear no mask. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. If you work somewhere and the company wants you to wear a mask for your protection, especially if you work in any customer service industry, you work in retail, you're seeing different people, you should want to wear a mask. But even that, I would say it's optional. If you want to wear a mask, then wear a mask. If you don't want to wear it, don't wear it. That's on you. I had went to the, this is what made me think of this, because I had went to go get something to eat earlier today, and I automatically was like, oh, I'm putting my mask on, because I watched the news and they talking about it's another variant that's coming out, and I'm not playing. I'm not trying to get sick. So anytime that I am out in the public, I put my mask on. So I put my mask on. Everybody that was in the Chipotle didn't have no mask on, except for one white lady that was at the front of the line. She had on her mask, and then all the workers had their mask on. And I was like, okay, so y'all, I ain't saying nothing, whatever, cool, y'all have your mask, that's fine, it's optional. So I went to the bank and I forgot to grab my mask. I actually thought I had my mask. I thought I had my mask on until I ran into this little old black lady at the bank. And she held the door for me. And she was like, oh, your face is so beautiful. And I was like, I kind of had to feel my face. Like, how she see my whole face? Because I had my mask on. We're not used to seeing people's whole faces right now. We've been masked on, masked off with, ever since, for 2 years. So now you seeing people's whole face. And so when she said that, I was like, oh, shoot, I don't even have my mask on. I was only going to the ATM. That's probably what my thought was, and why I just automatically jumped out the car. I wasn't trying to see nobody anyway. I wasn't going inside the bank with all the people. But, black people don't play. I'm just going to say that. Older people. Now, I know the younger generation, they glad they ain't got to wear no mask. They fine, whatever. But us older people, we like, y'all can tell us that we don't have to put on no mask. We putting our mask on. I do not care. I was with my best friend this weekend because she went with me. I went to go see the family, for my brother. And we went to, where did we go? We went to the store. We went to the grocery store. And she was like, do you have a mask? And I was like, oh yeah, I have a mask. I still wear my mask. She was like, me too. We was like, no, we ain't playing that. We're not playing not putting no mask on when we are in public. Like, you are in public with all different kind of people with all their nasty germs. They don't even wash their hands when they go to the bathroom. No, I'm not going to not have my mask on when I'm in public. Now, if I'm walking back to my car, I don't take it off. But sometimes I may, because I'm just like, especially if I have to, because I like to park far away. Side note, I will park so far away from anywhere because y'all be hitting people's car. And then y'all come and park right next to, I park so far away. Why are you parking next to me? But anyway, I digress. So, I may park far and I may want to take my mask off, but for the most part, I keep my mask on. So, y'all, it's an option. They're talking about it's another variant that came creeping out. Japan or China, don't quote me. One of them is either talking about locking down again or something. I'm not having it. I'm going to wear my mask and that's it. You know, I'll wear my mask. Oh, look, I keyed up this song right here.
Mask on. Fuck it, mask on. Mask on. Fuck it, mask on.
We don't know if you want the mask on or mask off. I'm keeping my mask on, okay? You see me, you see my mask on. So that is that. Let me see. Oh, I said I was gonna rave. So I'm going to rave about my sister. I am so blessed to have a sister who loves to plan parties and decorate and do all that stuff. And when I say party planner, I think I've said this before, but party planner extraordinaire. No, she does the damn thing. Like, she does the damn thing. And I'm so happy that she is my wedding planner. And she keeps me on track and makes sure that everything is done. She's like for this event for Saturday, she's not going all out because, you know, she's like, this is just it's at a restaurant. This is just the engagement party. But of course she's going to put her razzmatazz on it or whatever, but she's going to go all out for the wedding. So I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. She showed me stuff. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm real easy. I'm real easy. I'm not questioning anything. I don't have any vision of what I want something to look like. Like, I'm just not that girl. It's just, I know she does a great job and whatever she presents is going to be beautiful. So I'm not worried about it. So I am raving about my sister. I'm so grateful for her. I'm grateful that she is, you know, my sister and she's planning my parties. So thank you, sister. In my reality takeaways. Okay, so I haven't been really talking about the not the talk shows. The reality shows that I've been watching, but two of them have been getting on my nerves. I usually talk about one of them been getting on my nerves. So I watched Summer House, and I originally used to love Summer House. So the whole concept of Summer House, this is on Bravo. Is it Bravo? Yes. Or MTV. I think it was MTV. Anyway, Summer House, the whole concept was that they lived in New York, these friends, and they all lived in New York, and on the weekends they would go to the summer house that's in the Hamptons just to get away, unplug, be whatever. And I love that concept. I was like, dang, I wish I could have a group of friends where I can go to a summer house. Of course, the summer house, they did it in the summertime. They did it around 4th of July because they will always have a 4th of July party, and one of their birthdays around that time, and they would stay out there. They'll do it every weekend, so they'll stay out there for like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They'll drive back on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday, and then they do it again for the weekend, all during the summer. So I thought that was awesome. But now during the quarantine, they were there. I think they were, but they didn't have people come over. They were just there like for the whole summer because nobody was really working, or those who were working, they were working from home, so they were able to actually work from the summer house. Anyway, it's getting kind of right now because there's this chick. Her name is Lindsay, and she's on there, and she's just like a hoe. Like she just, I don't know. I get tired of her because she's a very needy person. She's been on the show since the beginning. She came on there with another guy, like her and this guy was dating. They broke up. Then she ended up dating somebody else that was in the house. They broke up. Then she started dating somebody else. They broke up. Then she just started like having all these guys, guy friends, which ain't nothing wrong with you single. You do what you do. Well, this season, they had a what you call like a collab where it was Summer House, and then it was some other people from some other reality shows that were all in a house in Aspen or somewhere else. So Sierra and one of the guys that hooked up with Lindsay ended up hooking up. Like, Sierra didn't know Lindsay. Sierra just started the show maybe last year or year before last. So when they went to this, summer house in Aspen, Sierra and this guy had hooked up from another reality show. They hooked up. And so Lindsay, she came in and she was like, oh, she thought that they was going to be cool. Homeboy was like, I think that we should just be friends. I really love you. We're cool friends. This is whatever. So they had, Sierra and the guy, Austin, had their little thing in Aspen. So now, here we are at the summer house. And Austin is not living in the house, but he was coming to visit because it was Lindsay's birthday. So Austin and Sierra still was kind of like still talking, not kind of, was still talking from when they, hit it off in Aspen. So, the dude Austin was getting ready to come, was planning to come to Lindsay's birthday party. So Sierra told him, okay, look, I'm happy to see you. I can't wait to see you, whatever. But you're not sleeping in her bedroom, because Lindsay was like, oh, he's going to sleep in my bedroom. Sierra shut her down and was like, no, she's not. No, he's not. I say all of that to say that Lindsay is a hoe and Lindsay is a bitch. And she just pretty much kissed the guy. The guy is just out of the equation. He a fuck boy. Okay. I don't even care about him. I wish Sierra wouldn't even talk to him no more. He kissing Lindsay. He's kissing Sierra. All of this stuff, is just like, I'm like, Sierra is a black girl. Lindsay's a white girl. And I'm like, looking at Sierra like, girl, you too cute to be trying to deal with this little fuck boy. Like, are you serious? Like, let him go. He nasty. He over there kissing on you and then kissing on Lindsay, telling you one thing, telling Lindsay. Ill. Gross. Nasty. Leave his ass alone. He got a disease. Something wrong with him. Let me not put that curse on that dude. But it's just, but Lindsay, knowing that dude already told you, let's be friends or whatever, but fuckboy's gonna be fuckboys. If you come on to him, of course he gonna kiss you. Of course, you kiss him, he gonna kiss you back. You trying to do all this other stuff. Dude told Sierra, yeah, I kissed her in the mouth. He said, and me and her were probably kissing the mouth forever. Okay, and Sierra like, okay, like, what? I mean, she didn't say okay, but just the way she responded, I was like, girl, if you don't jump off of that train wreck and go find yourself somebody else, it is not that serious. Dude is not that fine. Dude is not fine. Dude look like white bread, Alabama. I'm sorry, I don't mean to put down nobody from Alabama, but he didn't look like a bumpkin. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a bumpkin. So you can find you somebody else. Okay, so I just was watching, right before I jumped on, I was watching Real Housewives of Orange County. And this is Shannon versus Gina. And I used to like Gina. Gina was like the underdog. She had kids. She was married when she first started the show. And then her and her dude got into some kind of situation. And they broke up. And then so she was kind of like struggling to get herself back up. She bought a new house. Which was like a smaller house. It had like 3 bunk beds in one room. Whatever. Who cares? But it was like a smaller home than what she was living in when she was with the guy. So she like, trying to get herself back together. And, Shannon helped her out with getting an attorney because she had DUI. Just a lot of stuff had happened to Gina. And Shannon was there for that girl the whole time. So now Gina got herself together this season, and Heather, who is Heather Dubrow, who is what's the name of that? I can't think of the name of the show. Well, the husband, and he's a plastic surgeon. Anyway, her husband is a plastic surgeon, Terry Dubrow, and Heather was a news person, so she's this like uppity lady, whatever. I'm this, I'm that. Well, whatever. And so now Gina has kind of like friended Heather, And Shannon and Heather used to didn't get along, but they now, trying to get a relationship. But now Gina is like putting herself up on this big pedestal because she has accomplished some things, which is great. But she's now like spitting on Shannon. And I really don't get it. Like, I'm really confused, Bravo, of why Gina like flipped. Like, I really can't even follow the storyline because it's just like Gina just came out of nowhere being mean to Shannon. And I watched every season, and her and Shannon were cool. So unless I fell asleep on something, because I'm good for watching a show and falling asleep on it and then just being like, oh, okay, whatever. So unless I missed something, Gina, you need to, like Shannon said, put a pin in it, because your brain or your head is so inflated with yourself. And like tonight she was trying to say, oh, well, because I feel good about myself because I've accomplished some things and now I have a big head. No, that's not what she's saying. You are putting Shannon down. You telling Shannon, well, how many friends do you have? And Shannon like, well, I have, a small group of friends. Like, I'm not, she was like, oh, nobody likes you. Just really out the blue. Like, the shit she's saying, I'm like, where is this coming from? So, I don't know. It was just, those two were just really irritating me this week. I was watching, I was like, Lindsay, you're a hoe. Like, I don't even want you to be on the show. She was on like a commercial about some book. I don't know what the fuck she was doing, but I had to hurry up and fast forward it because I was like, I don't even want to see your face. Like, get you and your dirty feet off the show. Like, I'm tired of her shenanigans and her going off on people for no reason. And then her being weird. Anyway, I'm going to leave it right. Look, I'm going to put a pin in it right there. Okay, y'all. Like I said, I've been having a long week. I am looking forward to having our engagement party this weekend. So I will have that to report when we come back. And then, yeah, that's it for now. I mean, I'm just trying to keep my head clear. Which, I mean, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. Just, keep everybody in your prayers. All right, that is going to do it. Miss Mary Mac will be back next week, and we'll be doing this again. So thank you guys for listening to the Just Being Me podcast. We'll be here next week. Talk to you later. Bye.